Okay, we're going to talk about how to read the barometer on page 13 of your ESRTs. So just to show you where it is, you're going to see this picture. It's going to be to the right of the thermometer. Okay, so you'll notice here that it's measured two different ways on both sides. So you have millibars up here, and then you have inches of mercury. That's capital H, lowercase g is inches of mercury. So the very first thing we need to figure out when we are looking at a new chart or graph is the interval by which it goes up by. So looking closely here on the millibars, if you just zoom in, I've got a count of 1, 2, 3, and then 4 spaces. So that tells me that on my millibar side, I'm going up by ones. And then we're going to look on the inches of mercury side, and this is where you have to be very, very careful because you'll notice it goes up by a very small increment, okay? So if you look, it's 30.30 to 30.40, and if you count in here, you have 10 spaces, which tells me it's not going up by 1, it's not going up by 0.1, it's going up by 0.01. So you have to be very careful when you are counting your lines here to make sure you're going up by the right increment. So in your packet, you have this little chart, and if we go to your packet, your weather packet, it's on, I think it's on page 7. So it says pressure and wind. We just did this. And so you're just looking at this little chart right here, kind of on the middle of page 7. I think it's still page 7. I forget if I added new stuff to it. So looking at this here, again, you want to be very careful. So we're going to be converting the millibars into inches of mercury. So my first one I have here is 1,007. You can assume it's 1,007.0. It's just not written there. So you have to go here and find 1,007. And this is where I would suggest using some kind of a straight edge to help you out here. So here's 1,004 and here's 1,008. I know it's in there. And I know my millibars go up by 1. So here's 1,005, here's 1,006. So this line right here is 1,007. And for those of you who've had me in class, you know I like to draw lines. Okay, and if I zoom in and I look closely at this one, I'll see it's kind of looks like it's almost in between two, which is fine. They would accept either one or the other. So 29.70, and then I know that this would be 29.75. So if I count up, this would be 29.71, 29.72, and it looks like it's at 29.73 is where it lines up. So I would write over here, and pardon my writing, 29.73. Now this is the part of the video where you can pause and answer the next 3, and then you can check your answers when I resume or when you hit play again. If you're still unsure, go along with me here, and I will do the next one. Okay, so now we have 29.44 inches of mercury. So I come down here, 29, 29. Here's 0.40, here's 0.50. So I know 0.44 is in between. So I go 0.1, 0.01, excuse me, 0.02, 0.03, 0.04 is right here. Here's my line. And it correlates directly with this value right here. And I know that these go up by 1. So this is 996 right here. This would be 997. So I'd fill this in 997. Oof, I gotta work on my handwriting when I use this. Okay. All right, 1,022. I'm gonna find that. That's way up here. 1,021, 1,022. And then again, I'm gonna look over. It looks like it's this one right here, this line. So I get 30.15 here, 30.16, and it looks like it's 30.17. If it looks like it falls in between two values, you can put, for the millibars, you can do like 0.5 or something like that. For these guys here, If it's a short answer, they'll accept the 0.17 or 0.18. Or if it's multiple choice, they won't give you something that's too close to the correct answer so that you won't get confused. 29.35, here's my last one right here. 29.35, my line, and it matches with this one. 992, 993, 994 millibars. 994, and I hope that this helps make more sense for you. Thanks, guys.